So let's go to the AFC South. The Houston Texans obviously had a great defensive run last year. CJ Stroud had a really tough postseason and kind of season in general. Signed David Montgomery in the backfield, signed Reed Blankenship on the back end, signed Jadeveon Clowney, which I thought was pretty funny.
Yeah, their defense is fucking stacked again, dude. It's unbelievable.
Signed Braden Smith on the offensive line, signed Wyatt Teller on the offensive line, which I think is big as well, and released Joe Mixon.
Teller's kind of fucking past his days, though.
Yeah, but like they just need to be a passable offensive line, man.
I hear you. I think a bigger thing
for
the Montgomery signing is much more impactful because forcing Woody Marks to be like your 3-down running back was kind of tough to watch.
Yeah,
when they didn't have Mixon last year. Like I think I think that helps a lot for Stroud to have a guy like Montgomery. I think Montgomery has like a Joe Mixon year one type of year for them. So that's going to be massive. And you just kind of hope with Stroud that it looks better. I think year 2 of Higgins, excited for that.
Yeah.
Nico wins at every level. Like Nico
Noel?
I thought Higgins and Noel looked okay last year. Obviously,
I thought Higgins
was solid.
I think Higgins projects better. I like
Tank Dell back.
Yeah, that's what they need. Like I don't like Noel. They're missing what Tank Dell gave them his rookie year. They need a field stretcher. Like I've said, like Nico can stretch the field, but you want him to win intermediate more for you. That's where he's best used. They need a field stretcher, I think, for this offense to look like it did Stroud's rookie year. And without that, I think they're still pigeonholed. They can definitely look better than last year, no doubt about it. But they got to have a guy one deep. That's my scare with them.
Yeah.
But I don't think it can get worse for Stroud. And I think he's a guy who can put his head down and work. I'm rooting for him. And defense is legitimately special, but it's the same questions you have again.
That video of Stroud walking into the facility.
Yeah, like I hope
that's
so.
Up there. That's up there with the all-timers. Ryan, what do you think about this Texans offseason?
Yeah, I feel this is another one where I feel like there's really not much to say because I think everyone knows that it comes down to CJ Stroud. I like the trade out of essentially whatever the fuck happened to Joe Mixon to bring in DeMont. I think he's like a guy that clearly showed he can be relied upon to just be a steadying force in any backfield. So I like him to help there. Nico is great. I think probably a little bit underrated, but it's the injury stuff with him. Can he stay on the field for a majority of a season? The answer has been no the last couple of years, I think. But hopefully with Noel progressing and Higgins progressing and possibly Dell back at some point, they can take a little bit of stress off him so that he's not getting himself hurt as often. The defense, there's nothing to say. This defense,
it's so good.
I thought they got Reed for very cheap. I thought Reed was going to get more, and that's why I was kind of resigned to the Eagles losing him. But I thought they got him on a really fair deal that I probably would have paid him to keep him. So this defense just got better to me somehow.
Yeah,
so
deeper too.
I expect more of the same, and it's really just how you feel about Mr. Coleridge, and I don't know where I'm at with him. I have no clue where I'm at with him.
I think I'm getting there with a return to form for him.
I think that's the way I lean.
I think he has limitations, and I think the offensive line has been hindering him too. You also draft a first-round center, which I should have mentioned up top as well. So, I mean, maybe the offensive line helps him out a little bit. I just can't imagine that what we saw in the playoffs last year is what you get from CJ for the rest of his career. I mean, if it is, then that's really, really sad because.
But year 2 was bad, man. Year 2 wasn't good.
I mean,
either.
It's been a couple of years now of regression.
Been since his rookie year, really.
So, like, it's starting to look a bit more likely that was a flash in the pan. It's just like it's tough for me to believe that is like never gonna be back because, like, I don't know. For some of the other quarterbacks we've seen, like, for instance, Jordan Love had a spell where he was kind of in the shits after having a good first year. And then he came back to form and had a good season last year. He had some injury problems. But so I think CJ, I still have faith. I'm not like out on him the way we talked about, like with the Drake May stuff, the PTSD stuff. I don't think that'll be the case. But to say I'm not concerned about it at all it would be a lie. And then this defense is just historically good. Like we talked about it in the postseason for 3 straight episodes, how this defense can genuinely win you a Super Bowl like on their own as long as you don't make mistakes. So you don't
Yeah,
even
they'll
need
probably get me
CJ
to
to
that
get back
point
to
some point through the season too, because I
yes.
was all on the bandwagon last year.
So yeah, we'll definitely by the time the
Yeah,
playoffs roll around, we will 100% be
yeah.
there. So yeah, I mean, even Clowney, dude, like I know Clowney's old as fuck, but he's still productive. Like to have him as like your second unit, bring him in on a couple third downs here and there, like
Yeah, I mean, they tried the thing with the Eagles safety last year with Gardner Johnson, and he wasn't able to play. So
yeah, yeah. And like I like Reed and for how little money he got to just bulk up that secondary even more. Why the fuck
we're
not?
so fucking good.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean the Texans are gonna do their thing defensively. It's all about CJ. Let's move to the Indianapolis Colts. I was gonna go to the Jags, but we're gonna go to the Colts first. Daniel Jones, obviously coming off a really bad injury, gets a massive extension for some reason. So that'll be the main talking point here. But they also give Alec Pierce a bag if the
Is he
Daniel
on?
Jones
Is still
thing
on
went
the
up.
pup list?
Pierce, I believe he is, yeah.
It seems a fucking joke. I'm sorry.
They trade Michael Pittman. They sign Arden Key, who is getting up there in age. They trade away Zaire Franklin and get Colby Wooden from the Packers, who's like a young rotational tackle. And that's it for the Colts this offseason. What do we think about this group?
I think they're gonna suck. I think they're gonna suck. The return of Anthony Richardson will be televised. I can't wait. I really can't wait.
Is he going to get his trade or what?
He's gonna get his shot because it's gonna be bad.
Wow.
It will be televised.
There's no way.
You guys better be ready. Yeah,
I feel like
they probably won't because they have.
They're
some,
like weirdly
like,
Riley Leonard pilled, dude.
Yeah, I mean, they
yeah,
I think
the Anthony Richardson ship in India sailed.
Yeah, I think that's
well. If it has, then they'll fucking reap the rewards of being really fucking sorry because this isn't a good football team.
I'm not done with Richardson.
I'm not either.
The relationship there.
No, I hear you. I think it's going to be so bad that they have no place to turn because this is obviously a team that wants to compete. They've acted in a manner that they are a contender, and the fact of the matter is that you're not going to get a better Jonathan Taylor season than you did last year. You lost Pittman, so that's cool. You paid out big money to Alec Pierce. If he's not 100% of what you thought he was or paid him to be, then that's really eye-opening. Obviously, Josh Downs is set to get more volume in a slot role, so he's going to be like a safety blanket. You still have Tyler Warren, so you have some things here, and it's going to come down to like if the run game can hold up behind Taylor, because I know for a fact that Taylor is not going to be 100% throughout this whole season. So DJ Giddens is a good player. Like I liked him coming out of college, so a lot of it comes down to what he can give you. But is this offensive line good? Is Daniel Jones able to move the same way he was last year? Because that's a lot of it. His mobility factors into this a lot. If he's a fucking statue, then holy, like we are in for one. And then this defense, like, sure, it's not
sure.
It's not a top 10 group.
Spent so much on Sauce, dude.
Sauce, yeah, and he might be good. He might be good still, but like it's just he's not what you paid for him, man. This team's just not at the status.
Even if he is what you paid for.
Yeah, it's still a bad trade.
The team overall isn't like where you would make that kind of move. They've operated as a team that's a bona fide top 5 team.
Yeah. And at the time, I mean, they were 8-0 or whatever the fuck they were, but I think anyone with right mind, I mean, I said at the time it was a crazy overpay, and then Jones obviously gets hurt. I spoke on it on the offseason pod. I hated their offseason. Pretty much every move they made, I absolutely hated. I'm fine with Pierce the player, but that's just way too much money to a guy that really hasn't proved it yet. I know he was good last year, but you're projecting a lot with the contract that they gave him.
Yeah.
And Jones just felt like an unforced error. Yes, he was good last year when he was in there, but he just tore his Achilles. And that's as bad as an injury as you can get pretty much in sports these days. I'd maybe feel differently if it was like an ACL, but it wasn't. It was an Achilles.
So, and for him specifically, the way he likes to play.
Yeah, he's never like been one to like shy away from contact, and obviously running is a big part of his game. So I'm not as low as them as Beck is. I don't think they're going to be horrible by any means. I expect them to be kind of in the mix, but in this division, but ultimately on the outside looking in, I think this is like an 8-9 win team, probably like solid, but just not good enough. And when you gave up the assets that you did to get Sauce, I think in a year or two, you're going to be looking around like this is going to be a reset candidate in a year or two, because I don't think the Jones contract's going to age well. I don't think the Pierce contract's going to age well. They gave away Pittman for pennies, and I know they had to save some money there, but like that was a good player that you just kind of moved for nothing because of those oversized contracts that you gave. So this offseason was a dud.
Yeah, like who are they running at wide receiver 3 now? Ashton Doolin? Like, is that?
Yes. Yeah. So I mean, it's frustrating for the Colts. I also the Pittman thing still is weird to me. I think they had something going, and it was a sort of like, it was kind of like a carefree thing where like, oh, this is going way better than we thought.
Yeah.
Like, let's just kind of see this out and
that's what
not
it should have been.
Really just shit ourselves. And they
said, let's win the Super Bowl this fucking year.
Yeah, they said, oh, it's literally like when you're in like fantasy and you're like building a team, and then halfway through the season you're like, wait, I might win the whole
all your
thing.
picks.
Yeah.
Like I mean, in theory, I don't hate, but I hate it for the Colts. You could be not in that stratosphere and do that, but you can't be as far away as we thought they were at the time. Like, it was just obvious overachieving, and I still think they made that move like once Jones already had like an inkling of that.
It wasn't like. Yeah. It was kind of a slow like progression into the full injury, because he played a couple games and it looked really bad, and then obviously at Arrowhead it all went fucking down the shitter. But yeah, I mean, I will say though, we did on this pod discuss the potential for that team to win the Super Bowl after their start, and I think there was like,
it was hard to deny after like the Rams.
Yeah, it was tough to deny. Like they were. Yeah. I just want to get that out there. Like, they were very, very good.
No, they were very good. And I mean, dude, Taylor's run last year was fucking
it was
absurd.
Incredible.
I mean, dude, he had like a 4-week stretch where he had like 20 touchdowns or something.
Yeah, after the London game, he genuinely should have been like the MVP front runner. But like after the London game, it was fucking raps too.
Which is the only thing I will say is like maybe Ballard was just like, you know what, we might never get Jonathan Taylor healthy again. We might never get Daniel Jones playing at this level ever again. Fuck it. Let's do it. And like, you know what?
Yeah, but fuck Ballard. Ballard's been an idiot his whole fucking time.
I mean, clearly it didn't work.
I feel like a lot of it is the owner too. Like, I think she was very eager to get them to go all in, which like,
you think she wanted the spotlight?
No, I don't think she wanted the spotlight. I think she just got hype. And I like her like attitude as an owner, but I think you gotta have some composure when you're in that situation. It can't be every time you see something working.
Just saying, she was feeding to be a girl boss. The first girl boss.
I think she is a girl boss.
But yeah, I think they went from being a very desirable situation to being in like one of the most undesirable situations so quickly.
And in like a pretty tough fucking division too. Yes. Like these are two teams that you probably don't want to be chasing.
You say that desirable in terms of like cap room and like
just in terms of like what they were getting out of what we thought they had. Like, they were in a spot where like you had a young Alec Pierce on a scam contract, you had Michael Pittman not making like stupid money, you had like Jonathan Taylor playing great, you had Downs on a rookie deal. The defense was pretty effective and not expensive, and then now this is what you have.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the reverse of what the Vikings did, and the Vikings didn't work out for the Vikings the way they went either. So, I mean, it's tough to navigate. I'm not going to sit here and say like they made obvious wrong move, even though that's exactly what I've been saying. But I'm just saying, even if they didn't do what they did, the outlook might not still be good.
Yeah, for sure. Especially if Jones goes down. All right, let's move on to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Pretty quiet offseason, but I feel like they didn't think they had to do much with the roster they had. Obviously, they lose Travis Etienne. They lose Devin Lloyd on the defense as well. They signed Chris Rodriguez Jr. to be a backup running back. What do we think about the Jags this season and what they did this offseason?
Yeah, I don't think Etienne's a great loss. It was a contract year, and if you pay him, he might return to the Etienne pre last year, the last 2 years.
You mean he was like a good decision to let walk, right?
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Okay,
Especially it's Tootin in the building, and I don't know why people are ringing
like
the Chris Rodriguez the start bell.
Who's ringing that?
So there's a fair amount of people who are ringing that.
Yeah, I haven't seen that bell either.
I've heard like 2 podcasts that brought that up, but maybe I'm listening to the wrong people. But I've heard 2 like fucking podcasts bring that up as the possibility. It was more so like fantasy wise.
I'm gonna start ringing the Amir Abdullah bell.
But even if like it's not Tootin dominating the snaps, Quint Allen's going to be the guy who's taking snaps. It's not Chris Rodriguez. Chris Rodriguez has never been a guy who's going to challenge for the starter ever. Let's be fucking real.
Let's go.
But yeah, I mean, I like what the Jags are out a lot too, man. It's still like, where does BTJ fit into this? But Parker Washington's the special one. Travis Hunter is going to be dynamic this year. Like I'm a believer in Travis Hunter. And yeah, like I feel like Gladstone, I think his name is, or Blackstone, their young general manager in charge. He didn't want to make a splash this offseason because he came in with the bang and it worked out very well. It's going to come down to Trevor, man. Like Trevor got to not turn the ball over, not be a bonehead in the playoffs. And he does have a little bit of bonehead drunk off the bottle energy. So
I forgot about that.
But I mean, this defense they force the turnovers, man. Like, and that's what you got to do in the modern NFL.
Do you think they'll be able to force the same amount of turnovers?
Devin Lloyd's out the building, right?
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah,
to the Panthers. Yeah, so without him, like I feel like that might be an issue more so. But at the same time, Travis Hunter is still Travis Hunter, and I think people are really underestimating what that guy can do on the defensive side of the ball and on the offensive side of the ball when he's out there.
Let's go.
One of the best quick twitch athletes I've ever seen in my life, bro.
That's what I'm most interested in because they said themselves that like he's playing corner, but all reports from camp seem for that to not be the case.
He won't be denied. He's a special specimen.
Which I think is the right move. Like if you're going to trade the amount of shit they did for him, like you got to see it through. At least
you got to see if he's Neon Dion.
A little bit at receiver.
And people who sorry, not to cut you off, but my one point here, people who are like, you're going to cut down his career length. Bro, you got to fucking maximize his first contract as much as you can. And like that's not their concern to me.
So yeah, I completely agree. You traded so much to get him. Like if he's a good corner, like that's not a good trade. You need him to be a complete difference maker. And yeah, the BTJ thing is definitely weird. I expect a bounce back from him. The only thing is, it's just like if Hunter is to be a receiver, you got 4 legit guys to spread targets around. So that'll be interesting. I thought there was a chance that they would move BTJ, but I agreed with the process to keep him because it didn't make any sense to trade him when his value was way lower than it should have been to me. He's a guy that had 1,400 yards and like 8 touchdowns as a rookie. It's not something you see every day. I didn't love the Kirk contract, but at the end of the day, he's a solid receiver. And I mean, they have a good amount of weapons. I'm interested to see how the running game works.
Wait, they brought Kirk back?
No.
Or
Kirk's in San Fran.
Jacoby Myers.
Jacoby Myers.
Okay. Mix up on my part. But yeah, I liked the trade for him last year because BJ was hurt, Hunter was hurt. I just didn't love the extension at $20 million a year. It feels like an overpay when you have Parker Washington emerging, you have Brian Thomas, and you have Hunter, who you plan to hopefully use at receiver. But I think it was a pretty short-term deal, and they could obviously afford it with letting ETN walk. So I don't hate it. But interested to see how the run game is. I think
I'm out on Jacoby Myers now. This feels like a Sheets guy. He feels like the Derek White of the NFL.
No,
somebody just gets overrated by fucking analytics guys.
And it's more like he's taking targets away from what's supposed to be like your core.
Is he the Santil Dama?
He's the 2016 Draymond's better than anybody on the Sixers. Like,
is he the Simone Fontecchio of the NFL?
Yeah, I'm just cool off it, man.
Ryan, what were you saying? Sorry.
But no, I agree. Like, I know Beck's kidding, but like I think he's right. Like he's just taking targets away from the guys that are supposed to be your building blocks, which I don't love. I think the contract's only for like another year after this one, so it's not like a killer, but I just would like to see those guys get the ball more than I would Jacoby Myers, even though he's probably steadying force. I think I'm higher on Thomas than most people at this point, so I expect a much closer year to his rookie year if he gets the volume than this year. But I like this team a lot. They surprised me last year. I was not a fan of theirs going into the season. But Cohen,
I think I'm the win the division, big bro.
I do too.
I have them to win this division as well.
Let's go. Wow, I did not expect that.
No, you picked them last year.
No, I did. Oh, I was really high on them last year, like I said.
Yeah.
You picked them to win.
I didn't think I was. Damn, good pick by me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had them at 9-8 because you were out on the Texans big time.
Oh yeah, I hated Stroud.
Yeah,
got him vindicated.
I think their offense is going to be so fun to watch. I like Tootin a lot. I think Parker Washington. I was preaching the gospel last year. Not only on Parker, Brenton Strange is a special one too. He had 50 catches.
Thank you. I was getting laughed at by my Dynasty League mates about Brenton Strange. It's actually it's atrocious from them.
No, he's the real
deal. They don't understand the value of a guy like Brenton Strange and the type of numbers he can put up, especially as a red zone target. He's strange.
Let's get strange.
Yeah.
But you get him, you get maybe a bounce back from BTJ as we talked about. We'll see what goes on with Jacoby Myers' target share. But yeah, I think this offense is going to be fun. I think it's like a fringe top 10 group. And then the defense is going to be good. As we talked about a little bit earlier, I don't know if the turnovers are going to be the same. I think similar to like the Bears looking ahead to this year, I think some of those might dry up, but I think this group's still going to be good on that side of the ball. I think in terms of DVOA, they were like the 8th best defense in the NFL. And against the run, I think they were even better. So yeah, I think it's a good group on that side. Still have Josh Hines-Allen. He's the special one. And yeah, I really like this Jags team. And I think Trevor Lawrence really proved me wrong, dude. Like I'm willing to say like I was so out on him. I remember there was a clip we posted last year where I just said like I think he sucks basically. I think he was so overrated. And then he really proved me wrong, man. And I'm all in. I think he's so good, dude. I think he's good.
I'm not there at the point where I'm like, you can't just revert back to being super fucking weird. I think that's always in the cards.
I think he's a similar thing to Jordan Love, where like their brain switches off for periods, but like when they're cooking, it's very special.
I like Love. I like the body of work from Love more than Lawrence.
I would agree. He has more seasons of being elite.
Yeah, I'm worried that Trevor could fuck this whole operation up. But I like the offensive. Yeah.
I think if this gets fucked up, I'm not sure it's I think he can keep them from being like a contender, but I can't see a world where he like completely just makes them like a shitter.
I hear you.
Like, could you see him playing that bad?
No, but I can envision a scenario like where they come off that wild card win against the Chargers, right? And then the next season they start 9-3 or 8-3. And they end up missing the playoffs down the stretch. Yeah. And like Trevor's banged up and he's not the best. That was a terrible finish of the season for them. I can see a scenario like that, like where he just kind of folds the last month of the year and it's like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah. But you have them winning this division?
No, I have the Texans.
Shit. You have the Texans? All right, so Ryan and I have Jags. You have Texans?
Yeah, I'm sticking with the Jags.
No, the defense is so fucking good. Like,
it's unbelievable.
I just have something I am fully confident.
Decent, they're going to win the division, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I just need to see it from them first.
I could be convinced so quickly that the Texans are going to win this division. But
oh yeah, no, it's a complete toss-up.
I kind of like looking at the two depth charts. I kind of was like already leaning that way, but I'm going to stand up.
I checked Vegas. So they have Texans plus 110, Jags plus 245.
Yeah.
So they have the Texans as somewhat of a heavy favorite, but nothing insane.
Yeah.
There's way more variance.
I thought the Colts would have longer odds at plus 380. I think they should be higher, but
yeah, like plus 500.
Correct. Yeah.
I think there's way more variance with the Jags. I just feel it's a risk-averse move to go with the Texans to win the division.
I agree. I think the Jags are like the more likely team to have like a horrible year where they win like 7 games than the Like I can't see the Texans not winning 9 games.
Their defense is too good to be bad. Yeah. Yeah, and then just to close out the division, we have the Titans. I think Cam Ward takes a step, is all I will say.
Yeah, they also made some Cam Ward.
I'm very in. I also think that they made some smart signings in terms of developing him. I think Wandale is really smart. I think him and Cam's going to be really fun. And they made some additions on the defensive side that I think are like could make them more competent. This offensive line is still going to be bad.
And they can't run the ball.
Yeah. And it's going to
I
be a
will
bad
say,
team. It's going to be
I
more
will
fun to
say,
watch.
I really like getting Dable in there as the
Yeah.
OC. I think that's going to be like a big help, and really all this year is about is developing Cam Ward and seeing the steps that he takes. That's what should be on their entire team's front office and the coaching staff's mindset.
Yeah, it can't get worse than Brian Callahan. I mean, they were
getting
fucking
him.
trolling with
Yeah,
that.
that was
brutal.
That was a joke. I mean, and they didn't like they put their money where their mouth is. They invested in him. They drafted Carnell Tate.
Yeah.
A touch early for me, but I can't knock it. They needed receiver help, and I think he's a good player. I don't think he's got like the superstar upside, but I think he's a pretty safe bet to be a very solid receiver in the NFL.
Yeah, back.
Yeah, I don't think Carnell Tate's a world beater. Neither do I think Wan'Dale Robinson is, but it's better than what they had. And
Yeah.
I do believe in Cam Ward as well. It's just like without a reliable offensive line, which is what I would wanted them to go at 3, even though there wasn't it wasn't a crazy talented draft anywhere. And without like a new face at running back, I mean, it's Tony Pollard and Tajay Spears again, man.
Yeah.
And without a running game for your quarterback here and him running around for his life on 3rd and long situations, like the additions that, receiver don't really they don't get the chance to, look as helpful as they could be in a more, a better down and distance situations. I just think they're going to be behind the sticks a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, they will be.
Yeah. Is there any chance that this defense is maybe a little bit better than we give them credit for?
I have no idea what to think.
So they add John Franklin Myers. They add
I like the Jermaine Johnson
Taylor.
trade.
They add Jermaine Johnson. They add Cordell Flott. Yeah.
I mean, the secondary.
Jeffrey Simmons.
The secondary is legit bad.
Draft Keldrick Falk out of Auburn.
Yeah, I think the front 4 has a chance to be decent. I like Anthony Hill too out of Texas. I think they took him late. I think the front 4 can be okay. I don't expect them to be like elite or anything. But if they're average, I think they would be happy with that. I could see the front 4 being about league average. Like Jeff Simmons is a dog, we know that. But yeah, this secondary is tough. It's really bad.
CB1 is Cordell Flott.
Yeah, and I mean the safeties, it's like Hooker and
Hooker's
Kevin
terrible.
Winston, I think. Like that's bad, man.
Yeah.
Hooker's a bad team. Hooker's so past his days.
Yeah. It's not Malik Hooker, it's Amani Hooker. I don't know if you were thinking.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking Malik Hooker.
But I mean Amani Hooker's not
why are there so many hookers
there really either? I mean, Amani Hooker's been on Tennessee since 2019. You ever heard of him?
I'm surprised there's so many hookers.
Yeah, he's been a starter there for like 7 years now.
He hasn't he hasn't found a new slant.
Hooker for Christ's sake. 5 picks in 2024 though. Special.
Couldn't get off the street by now.
He's number 37 though. That tells you everything you need to know.
Let's go. Yeah, the Titans are gonna be really bad, but we'll be watching Cam Ward.